There was something buzzing. A fly. Unable to move, he could only listen to its whining drone and try to follow it round the small room in his head. Where was it? Near the sinks? The drain in the floor? There was a silence, and then it was flickering at the edge of his vision. He shook his head violently to stop it coming nearer, but it waited and landed just below his left eye, where sweat had pooled. It lifted off when he flinched, but was back immediately. He was totally at its mercy, and the fly seemed to know, loitering like one of those sullen teenage boys who hung around the high street. The fly danced over the damp tea towel, plugging his mouth, and moved toward his nostrils, rising and landing, the light brush of its feet and wings a subtle torture. When it finally flew off, it headed straight for the window, the sole source of light. He turned his head slowly to watch it frenetically beating against the pane before falling exhausted to the sill. It was a prisoner, too. He closed his eyes and tried to focus on how he was going to get out. He didn't know how long he'd been there, how long he'd got before they returned. It was getting darker in the room. The summer evening was fading, and he struggled against his bindings one more time until his muscles screamed for him to stop. It was useless. Maybe he could work the gag out and shout for help. He forced his mouth open as far as it would go, feeling the gristle pop in his jaw, and stabbed at the material with his tongue as he rocked in the chair. It was working, but the effort made the blood sing in his ears, and he began to choke. He stopped and tried to slow his breath, whistling down his nose, then bucked in his chair until it toppled over, crashing him to the floor. As he lay, he was suddenly aware of the silence in the room. He strained to hear the fly's whining and its pathetic attempt to break the glass, but there was nothing. Had it escaped? How? Dread spread like a stain through his whole body, and his heart started to bang against his chest wall. Someone must have let it out, while he was fighting to get free, open the door behind him, and come in. He tried to turn his head to see.